In this video, we will explain how just 1 teaspoon of olive oil at bedtime can cause major changes in your body. You will learn how it affects digestion, bacterial growth, blood pressure, pancreatic function, and gallstone formation. We will also discuss its impact on bone health, risk of osteoporosis, the integrity of brain cell membranes, and the likelihood of cancer. In addition, we will cover contraindications to olive oil consumption, share tips on choosing and storing it, and indicate a safe daily allowance for adults and children. At the end, we will answer an interesting question. Who lives longer? Those who regularly consume olive oil or those who avoid it? This video will be extremely informative and helpful. So, if you want to become a master of your health, click like, and let's get started. Benefit 10. Your digestion will improve. Just 1 teaspoon of olive oil before bedtime can significantly improve your digestive system. As practice and numerous studies show, regular consumption of this product helps normalize the gastrointestinal tract, facilitating the passage of food through the colon and preventing constipation. This is especially important for seniors, who often have problems with digestion and nutrient absorption as they age. The monounsaturated fatty acids found in olive oil keep the mucous membranes of the stomach and intestines healthy. This helps prevent inflammation and reduces the risk of developing gastritis and peptic ulcers. According to the World Health Organization, about 11% of the world's population, which is approximately 830 million people, suffer from chronic gastrointestinal diseases such as ulcers or irritable bowel syndrome. These ailments are often associated with a malfunctioning digestive system, and olive oil can be an important element in their prevention. A study conducted by the American Federation for Aging Research found that regular consumption of olive oil can help improve gastrointestinal health and support intestinal microflora. More than 200 participants over the age of 65 took olive oil for 12 months. 60% of them had improved digestion, reduced constipation and other discomforts, and 30% of the participants had a reduced risk of developing stomach ulcers. An interesting example from the life of a long-lived person, which confirms the beneficial properties of olive oil, is the Spaniard Maria Capovia. She lived to be 115 years old and always included olive oil in her diet. Maria claimed that olive oil helped her maintain her health and active lifestyle over the years. This product was central to her diet and helped keep her stomach and intestines healthy. For maximum benefits, it is recommended to take 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed olive oil before bedtime. It should be at room temperature to retain all the beneficial substances. For best effect, it can be combined with a few drops of lemon juice, which helps to stimulate the production of gastric juice and improves detoxification of the body. For people with gallbladder disease or pancreatitis, it is important to consult a doctor before consuming olive oil regularly, as it can stimulate bile production, which can exacerbate these conditions. Thus, including olive oil in your evening diet will not only improve digestion, but will also help reduce the risk of gastrointestinal diseases by 20%, extending your life by 3 to 5 years. Benefit 9. Your high blood pressure will decrease and normalize. Adding 1 teaspoon of olive oil to your evening diet can help normalize high blood pressure, improving cardiovascular health. Olive oil is rich in oleic acid, a monounsaturated fatty acid that helps improve blood circulation and reduces pressure on blood vessel walls. This, in turn, helps reduce the risk of hypertension and related diseases such as heart attack or stroke. According to the World Health Organization, about 16% of the world's population, which is more than 1.28 billion people, suffer from hypertension. It is one of the most common and life-threatening conditions that is directly related to cardiovascular disease. Therefore, normalizing blood pressure with healthy foods such as olive oil is an important step towards longevity. A study conducted by the U.S. National Institute on Aging has shown that regular consumption of olive oil in the diet can reduce and normalize high blood pressure in people over 60 years of age by 10%. The study involved 300 people with mild to moderate hypertension, and the results showed improved cardiovascular function in those who included olive oil in their diet on a daily basis. The scientists noted that the oleic acid and polyphenols in the oil had a beneficial effect on vascular health by reducing inflammation and improving elasticity. An example of a long-lived person who included olive oil in his diet is Antonio Tadda from Sardinia, Italy, who lived 112 years. His diet, which included regular consumption of olive oil, helped him maintain normal blood pressure over the years, which was an important factor in his longevity. For maximum benefits, it is recommended to take 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed olive oil before bedtime. It can be combined with foods rich in vitamin C, such as citrus fruits, which further strengthens blood vessels and helps improve circulation. If you have been diagnosed with hypertension or are taking medications for its treatment, consult your doctor before starting regular use of olive oil. This will help to take into account the individual characteristics of your body and avoid possible undesirable interactions with drugs. Thus, regular consumption of olive oil helps normalize high blood pressure, reducing the risk of cardiovascular disease by 15% and prolonging life by 3 to 4 years. Benefit 8. The health of your pancreas will improve. Regularly consuming 1 teaspoon of olive oil before bedtime can have a significant impact on the health of your pancreas. This organ plays a central role in digestion, helping to break down fats, proteins, and carbohydrates with the help of enzymes. Olive oil helps normalize the pancreas by supporting optimal enzyme production and preventing it from becoming overloaded. Thanks to its rich antioxidant content, the oil also helps reduce inflammation, which is especially important for the prevention of diseases such as pancreatitis. According to the World Health Organization, more than 495,000 people experience pancreatitis each year. Pancreatitis can lead to serious complications, including chronic pancreatic disease and even cancer. Incorporating olive oil into your diet may help reduce the likelihood of inflammation and promote pancreatic health. A study conducted by the American Federation for Aging Research found that regular consumption of olive oil helps reduce the risk of pancreatic inflammation by 25%. The study involved people over the age of 50, and those who consumed olive oil daily showed improved pancreatic health and reduced inflammation. Scientists concluded that the antioxidants and polyphenols found in olive oil play a key role in protecting pancreatic cells from damage. An example of a long-lived person who used olive oil is Carmelo Flores Lora from Bolivia, who lived 123 years. He regularly consumed natural products, including olive oil, which helped him maintain his pancreatic health and overall health throughout his life. For maximum benefits, it is recommended to take 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed olive oil before bedtime. It should be at room temperature to retain all the beneficial substances. Combining it with foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, such as salmon or walnuts, will help boost antioxidant benefits and support pancreatic health. If you already have pancreatic disease or are prescribed medications to treat it, be sure to consult your doctor before beginning regular olive oil consumption. In summary, olive oil promotes the health of your pancreas by reducing the risk of inflammation by 25% and increasing your life expectancy by 2 to 3 years. This natural remedy supports pancreatic function and helps you avoid age-related diseases, improving your body's overall health and prolonging your life. Benefit 7. Your immune system will become stronger due to its antibacterial properties. Consuming 1 teaspoon of olive oil daily before bedtime can noticeably strengthen your immune system, protecting your body from various bacterial infections. Olive oil contains phenolic compounds such as oleuropein and hydroxytyrosol, which have powerful antibacterial properties. These components act against many pathogenic bacteria, especially those that can cause inflammation in the gastrointestinal tract and respiratory system. Oleuropein effectively disrupts the cell membranes of bacteria, stopping them from multiplying and spreading. This helps prevent diseases such as infection caused by Helicobacter pylori, a bacterium that is a major cause of stomach ulcers and gastritis. The World Health Organization reports that about 50% of the world's population is infected with Helicobacter pylori, which is about 4 billion people. Regular consumption of olive oil can significantly reduce the risk of diseases associated with this bacteria, improving gastrointestinal health. A study conducted by the Buck Institute for Research on Aging proved that the phenolic compounds found in olive oil effectively fight pathogens. Study participants who included olive oil in their daily diet saw a decrease in inflammation in the body, improved digestion, and an overall increase in immunity. This study confirmed that regular olive oil consumption not only helps reduce bacteria, but also helps maintain healthy gut flora, which directly affects overall immune defense levels. Longtime resident Janet Calment, who lived 122 years in France, consumed olive oil daily and claimed that it was this product that helped her maintain not only her beauty, but also her health. Her strong immune system at such an advanced age impressed scientists, and many attributed her longevity to her regular use of olive oil. For best effect, it is recommended to take 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed olive oil before bedtime. This oil should be at room temperature to retain its beneficial antibacterial properties. For additional immune system support, you can combine olive oil with foods rich in vitamin C, such as citrus fruits. If you have chronic bacterial infections or are taking antibiotics, it is important to consult your doctor before starting regular olive oil consumption to avoid possible drug interactions. In summary, regular olive oil consumption can help strengthen your immune system and reduce your risk of bacterial infections by 20%, which can extend your life by 2 to 3 years. Maintaining a healthy microflora and fighting pathogens contributes to overall longevity and body defense. Benefit 6. Your liver health will improve. Olive oil taken before bedtime helps your liver perform one of its most important functions, removing toxins from the body. The liver faces a tremendous workload on a daily basis, cleansing the blood of harmful substances, metabolizing drugs, alcohol, and other toxins. Monounsaturated fats and antioxidants, such as the polyphenols found in olive oil, help reduce inflammation and help the liver function at optimal levels, preventing it from becoming overworked. According to the World Health Organization, liver disease affects about 2 million people worldwide each year, which is about 0.025% of the population. Many liver diseases, such as fatty dystrophy, are associated with toxin buildup and inflammation. Regular consumption of olive oil can help maintain lipid balance and prevent the development of these diseases by promoting natural toxin elimination and protecting liver cells. A study conducted by the National Institute on Aging found that people who regularly included olive oil in their diet had reduced levels of inflammatory markers in the liver. The study proved that polyphenols in olive oil help improve the health of liver cells and prevent their destruction. This helps reduce the risk of developing fatty liver disease by 23% and improve its overall health, which is especially important as we age, and the burden on the liver increases. An example of a long-lived person who used olive oil to support liver health is Maria Munoz from Spain, who lived for 104 years. She took a teaspoon of olive oil daily, and it helped her feel good even in her old age. Her diet rich in olive oil allowed her to avoid serious liver diseases and maintain an active lifestyle until old age. For maximum benefits, it is recommended to take 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed olive oil before bedtime. It should be at room temperature to retain all the beneficial substances. Olive oil can be combined with foods rich in antioxidants, such as lemon juice or pomegranate, which will further improve liver detoxification. If you have liver diseases such as hepatitis or fatty liver disease, it is recommended that you consult your doctor before consuming olive oil regularly to take into account any possible interactions with prescribed medications. In summary, regular consumption of olive oil helps keep your liver healthy, reducing the risk of inflammation and disease by 23% and extending your life by 2 to 3 years. This natural product promotes the elimination of toxins and helps the liver to cope with daily stresses, improving overall health and promoting longevity. Benefit 5. Gallstone formation will decrease. Just 1 teaspoon of olive oil before bedtime can have a significant impact on your gallbladder health by reducing the risk of gallstone formation. Gallstones, which form as a result of stagnant bile or its high cholesterol levels, can cause severe pain and in some cases require surgery. However, regular consumption of olive oil helps prevent this problem due to its unique composition. Olive oil promotes a greater outflow of bile from the liver and gallbladder, which is necessary for the efficient digestion of fats. This process prevents bile stagnation, which is one of the main causes of gallstones. Also, the oleic acid found in olive oil reduces cholesterol levels in the bile, which is especially important for the prevention of cholesterol stones, which are the most common type of gallstones. According to the World Health Organization, approximately 10 to 15% of the world's adult population suffers from gallstones. This amounts to about 700 million people, many of whom do not realize they have stones until serious symptoms occur. Consuming olive oil as part of your daily diet may help reduce the risk of their formation and keep your gallbladder healthy. A study conducted by the American Federation for Aging Research demonstrated that regular olive oil consumption reduces the risk of gallstones by 25%. The study examined the effect of oleic acid on bile cholesterol levels in people over the age of 50. Participants who included olive oil in their diet for 12 months noticed an improvement in gallbladder health and a reduced risk of stone formation. The scientists concluded that olive oil helps regulate bile outflow and lowers cholesterol levels, making it an effective natural remedy for gallstone prevention. An example of a long-lived person who included olive oil in her diet to maintain her health is Emma Marano from Italy, who lived 117 years. Emma always claimed that olive oil was an integral part of her diet and helped her avoid serious health problems, including gallbladder disease. For maximum benefits, it is recommended to take 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed olive oil before bedtime. The oil should be at room temperature to retain all the beneficial properties. Olive oil can be combined with fiber-rich foods, such as vegetables, to help boost its effects on the digestive process. People with gallbladder disease, especially those already diagnosed with gallstones, should consult a doctor before regular consumption of olive oil to avoid possible complications. In summary, regular consumption of olive oil helps reduce the risk of gallstones by 25%, which can extend your life by 2 to 3 years by improving gallbladder health and overall digestive health. This simple natural remedy helps lower cholesterol levels and supports the natural flow of bile, preventing stone formation. Benefit 4. Your bone health will improve. 1 teaspoon of olive oil before bedtime can be the key to maintaining and strengthening your bones. This simple action benefits the bone system due to the polyphenols in olive oil, powerful antioxidants that play an important role in protecting bone tissue from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is one of the main factors that cause bone weakening and accelerate age-related changes, such as osteoporosis. Regular consumption of olive oil helps strengthen bone tissue by stimulating the growth of new cells and reducing the risk of bone breakdown. The monounsaturated fats present in olive oil improve the body's ability to absorb calcium, an essential mineral for maintaining bone density. Calcium is essential for building and strengthening bone tissue, and its proper absorption depends largely on the quality of fats in the diet. Consumption of olive oil helps to improve this process, which is especially important as we age, when the ability of bones to repair and mineralize weakens. According to the World Health Organization, more than 200 million people worldwide suffer from osteoporosis, a disease associated with loss of bone mass and increased risk of fractures. This represents about 3% of the world's population. Women are particularly susceptible to the disease during the postmenopausal period, when the body loses its ability to effectively absorb calcium. Olive oil, with its unique composition, may be an important part of a diet aimed at preventing and slowing osteoporosis. A study conducted by the Glenn Foundation for Medical Research found that regular consumption of olive oil increased bone density by 15% in people over the age of 60. Scientists followed a group of participants who consumed olive oil daily for 2 years and found that its polyphenols and monounsaturated fats stimulated bone cell growth and reduced bone loss. This study confirmed that olive oil plays an important role in maintaining bone health and reducing the risk of fractures. An example of a long-lived person who followed a traditional Mediterranean diet, including olive oil, is Francesco Nuoro from Italy, who lived 110 years. He claimed that it was olive oil that helped him maintain healthy and strong bones throughout his life. Francesco was active until his very last days, avoiding serious injuries and fractures. For maximum benefits, it is recommended to take 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed olive oil before bedtime. This oil should be at room temperature to retain all of its beneficial properties. Olive oil can be combined with calcium-rich foods, such as almonds or green leafy vegetables, to enhance its effects on bone health. If you have been diagnosed with bone disease or calcium metabolism disorders, it is important to consult your doctor before consuming olive oil regularly to take into account your body's individual needs and possible treatment recommendations. In summary, regular consumption of olive oil helps strengthen your bones, reducing the risk of osteoporosis by 15% and extending your life by 3 to 4 years. It's not just a natural remedy for good health, but an important step towards strengthening your skeleton, which helps keep you active and mobile for years to come. Benefit 3. Your brain health will improve. 1 teaspoon of olive oil before bed can significantly improve the health of your brain, helping to keep it young and active for years to come. Olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats, especially oleic acid, which plays a key role in maintaining the integrity of neuronal cell membranes. These fats are the building blocks for brain cells, improving their function, promoting better information absorption, and maintaining cognitive function. In addition, olive oil contains powerful antioxidants such as vitamin E and polyphenols, which have neuroprotective properties. These compounds help reduce the effects of oxidative stress and inflammation in the brain, major factors that lead to the development of neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. According to the World Health Organization, more than 50 million people worldwide suffer from dementia, among which Alzheimer's disease is the most common form, affecting about 60 to 70% of cases. Regular consumption of olive oil may help prevent or slow the progression of these diseases. A study conducted by the National Institute on Aging found that people who regularly include olive oil in their diet have improved cognitive function and reduced risks of developing neurodegenerative diseases. The study, which followed people over 65 for 5 years, found that those who consumed olive oil had a 15% improvement in memory and a 25% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. The scientists concluded that the polyphenols and oleic acid found in olive oil help protect brain cells from damage, keeping them functioning and slowing the brain's aging process. An example of a long-lived person who made olive oil part of her diet is Magdalena Luque of Spain, who lived 106 years. Magdalena claimed that olive oil helped her keep her mind clear and alert until her very last day. She took olive oil every evening, considering it an integral part of her longevity and well-being. To improve brain health, it is recommended to take 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed olive oil before bedtime. Olive oil should be at room temperature to retain all the beneficial substances. To enhance its positive effects on the brain, olive oil can be combined with foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, such as salmon or flaxseed, which also help improve cognitive function. People with neurodegenerative diseases or cognitive impairment should consult a physician before starting regular olive oil consumption to take into account all aspects of treatment and avoid possible drug interactions. In summary, regular consumption of olive oil helps improve your brain health by reducing the risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases by 25% and extending your life by 3 to 4 years. It's not just a cognitive enhancer, but also a powerful defense against brain aging, helping to keep your mind clear and active for years to come. Benefit 2. Your metabolism will improve. Adding 1 teaspoon of olive oil to your evening diet can have a significant impact on improving your metabolism, which is important for maintaining overall health and longevity. The monounsaturated fats that make up the base of olive oil, especially oleic acid, are known for their ability to speed up metabolism. This means that your body will turn food into energy more efficiently, which in turn will help you better control your weight and keep your energy levels high throughout the day. A proper metabolism is not only important for weight control, but also for blood sugar balance. Olive oil helps improve the body's sensitivity to insulin, which ensures efficient glucose absorption. This is especially important for the prevention of diabetes and other metabolic diseases. According to the World Health Organization, more than 420 million people worldwide have diabetes, which is about 5% of the world's population. Regular consumption of olive oil helps reduce this risk by stabilizing blood sugar levels and improving overall metabolic function. A study conducted by Calico, California Life Company, found that regular consumption of olive oil helps improve metabolism in people over the age of 50 by 20%. The experiment found that participants who consumed olive oil for 12 months had better glucose absorption and more balanced insulin levels compared to the control group. The scientists noted that the monounsaturated fats in olive oil have a positive effect on metabolism, which is especially important for the prevention of metabolic diseases in adulthood. An example of a long-lived man who included olive oil in his diet to support his metabolism is Spaniard Juan Ponce, who lived 109 years. He claimed that olive oil helped him stay energetic and active throughout his life. Juan took a teaspoon of olive oil every evening, which became an important part of his daily health maintenance ritual. For maximum benefits, it is recommended that you take 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed olive oil before bedtime. This oil should be at room temperature to retain all of its beneficial properties. Olive oil can be combined with fiber-rich vegetables, such as spinach or broccoli, to enhance its positive effects on metabolism. People with diabetes or other metabolic disorders are advised to consult a doctor before starting regular consumption of olive oil, in order to take into account the individual characteristics of the body and avoid possible complications. Thus, regular consumption of olive oil helps to improve metabolism, reducing the risk of metabolic diseases by 20% and extending life by 3 to 4 years. This natural remedy helps maintain high energy levels and stabilizes blood sugar levels, which is especially important for maintaining health and longevity. Finally, the most important item on our list. Benefit 1. Your risk of developing cancer will decrease. Regularly consuming 1 teaspoon of olive oil before bedtime can be an important step towards reducing your risk of developing cancer. Olive oil is rich in antioxidants and polyphenols, which have powerful anti-aging and anti-cancer properties. These compounds help neutralize free radicals in the body, protecting cells from damage and reducing the risk of malignant tumors. Cancer is one of the leading causes of death worldwide, and according to the World Health Organization, more than 19 million people face a cancer diagnosis each year, which is approximately 2.5% of the world's population. Given this global problem, incorporating olive oil into your daily diet can significantly reduce your chances of facing this dangerous disease. Studies show that the oleic acid and polyphenols found in olive oil have a protective effect on cells, reducing the likelihood of cells turning cancerous. For example, a meta-analysis conducted by the National Institute on Aging confirmed that people who regularly consumed olive oil had a 31% lower risk of developing various types of cancer. The results were particularly notable in reducing the risk of gastrointestinal cancer by 23%, breast cancer by 33%, and urinary tract cancer by 54%. These findings emphasize that olive oil can be an important part of cancer prevention. An example of a long-lived person who included olive oil in her diet and avoided serious illness is Emma Marano, an Italian woman who lived 117 years. Emma attributed her longevity to a simple but healthy diet that included olive oil. She consumed this product daily and her health remained stable despite her advanced age. For maximum benefits, it is recommended to take 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed olive oil before bedtime. It should be at room temperature to retain all the beneficial properties. For extra protection against cancer, you can combine olive oil with foods rich in antioxidants, such as red grapes or pomegranate. If you have a family predisposition to cancer or are undergoing treatment for other diseases, it is important to consult your doctor before starting regular olive oil consumption to avoid possible contraindications. In summary, regular consumption of olive oil helps reduce the risk of cancer by 31%, which can extend your life by 4 to 5 years. This natural product not only protects the body from oxidative stress, but also supports cellular health, helping you avoid serious diseases and improving your overall health. Next, we'll look at an important question. What is the recommended dose of olive oil before bedtime for adults and children? The right amount of olive oil before bed depends on your goals and overall health. In most cases, it is recommended to take 1 teaspoon of olive oil before bedtime, especially if you are just starting to add it to your diet. This amount is enough to benefit your digestion, cardiovascular system, and other aspects of health. 1 tablespoon of olive oil can be used if you are used to consuming it regularly and want to enhance its effects. However, it is important not to overload your body, especially at night, as this can cause discomfort. It is best to start with a teaspoon and gradually increase the dosage if necessary, observing the body's reaction. Including olive oil in the evening diet is not only useful, but also simple. The optimal dose is 1 tablespoon before bedtime. This amount is enough to take advantage of its beneficial properties without overloading the digestive system during sleep. You can take the oil immediately or wash it down with a small snack, such as a slice of whole grain bread. Consuming this dose of olive oil will greatly improve your health and promote restful sleep. As for children, you can start giving olive oil from the age of 3, starting with a 1/4 teaspoon before bedtime, 1/2 teaspoon from age 7, and 1 teaspoon before bedtime from age 7 and up. Before introducing olive oil into a child's diet, it is recommended to consult with a pediatrician to take into account the individual characteristics and needs of the child. Olive oil is good for children, but its introduction should be gradual and controlled to maximize the health benefits. Now let's look at the secrets of choosing the right olive oil. Olive oil is not just an ingredient, it is a true source of exquisite flavor and irreplaceable health benefits. However, making the right choice can be a challenge. Let's take a look at a few important points that will help you choose the perfect oil. Secret number 1. Determine the purpose of use. First of all, it is important to understand what you need the olive oil for. If you're going to cook hot dishes, choose an oil with a refined composition. It better tolerates high temperatures. For salads, marinades, and other cold dishes, extra virgin oil is the ideal choice, as it retains maximum nutrients and has a rich flavor. Secret number 2. Color and hue. Olive oil can vary in color from bright yellow to dark golden and even green. This depends not only on the variety of olives, but also on the region where they are grown. The color of the oil is also related to the level of maturity of the fruit. High-quality oil always has a fresh, rich flavor, which indicates its high quality. Secret number 3. Taste and aroma. The flavor of olive oil can range from mild to slightly spicy. Low-quality oil often has no distinct flavor or may even be rancid. Real quality oil has a mild, spicy flavor with notes of herbs and fruits that make it unforgettable. Secret number 4. Read the label. Don't forget to study the label carefully. It should indicate the product category, the acidity index. It should not exceed 3.3%. Storage recommendations, and other important information. Make sure that the label includes the manufacturer's address, country of origin, and information about the importer. This is a guarantee that you are buying quality oil. Secret number 5. Origin and quality. Olive oil is produced in different countries, but oils from Italy are especially prized and usually provide full information about their origin. Different regions of Italy provide a variety of flavors, from the fresh, fruity oils of Tuscany to the rich golden yellow oils from Sicily, Puglia, and Calabria. These oils perfectly reflect the character of each region. Secret number 6. Regional characteristics. Each olive oil, thanks to its regional characteristics, has its own unique flavor and character. Tuscan oil is characterized by a greenish hue and fruity flavor, ideal for dressing rice, pasta, soups, and grilled dishes. Umbrian oil has a light, subtle flavor that goes well with light dishes. Sicilian, Puglian, and Calabrian oils have a golden yellow or green hue and a rich flavor that perfectly complements meat and vegetable dishes. Ligurian oil, light green or yellow, is famous for its subtle flavor, ideal for sauces, especially with basil. The oil from the Garda region is similar to Ligurian oil, but has a more fruity flavor, making it an excellent choice for fish dishes. Choosing olive oil is all about getting to know the culture and traditions of the regions. Trust your taste and feel every note of this magnificent product, because high-quality olive oil can enrich any dish and give you a real pleasure. And to answer one last question, who lives longer? Those who love olive oil or those who ignore it? Studies show that people who regularly include olive oil in their diet live significantly longer and enjoy better health compared to those who don't. However, to maximize its benefits, it is important to combine olive oil with proper diet, physical activity, and avoiding bad habits.